Hi everyone, and welcome back to my video. Now, I'm currently in my bedroom and I have actually tried filming this intro about 4 times already. And so today's video is going to be about going to a food bank. And honestly, I debated whether or not to even hit record. I wasn't sure if I even wanted to do the video, but I know that there's a huge stigma with food banks in general and the people that go there, and I wanted to change that. I wanted to show the reality of a food bank and show the people that go there, and I wanted to take you along with me. So as I've said, I'm going to take you with me today, and I'm also going to show you what I get on a typical day at the food bank. So come on, let's go. So I didn't get to vlog much because it was so busy, but I have put a clip as to what it's like in the food bank, and now I'm going to show you what I get. Now, this isn't the same every week. It's what's known as surplus, and that's all the leftover bits basically. You can get a package full of food, and which I've had before, and it's 5 or 6 bags worth, and that's brilliant. But on certain days, also, I don't have it all the time. So as you probably saw, I didn't get to vlog like I was planning to. It was quite busy. Actually, in fact, it was very busy today. It was like give me some space type of busy. So I have included some videos that I've taken whilst I was there, just to give you an idea as to what it's like in there. And they do it on Mondays as well as Thursday, which is today. So now I am going to show you some of the typical things that they have on surplus, which is all like the stuff that companies bring in or stuff like that, that's not part of a care package. So I'll start with the first one. I've got it all laid out here, so yeah, on my bed, ignore that. So the first thing I've got is milk. So that will be great because I've actually run out of the stuff. Now these, I first saw these this morning and instantly wanted them. And they are, hang on, it's not focusing. They are mango, coconut and lime fish skewers. Bassa fillets basically. Now I've never tried these before. I don't know if I'm going to like them, but I know that I'm going to have some vegetable rice with them, so they better be nice. I wasn't too sure whether I wanted to get this, to be honest. I've got enough cereal, but I got some Tesco's wheat biscuits, Weetabix basically. I don't know if I'm going to use them. Anything, I have to say this before I show you, anything with garlic in, yes please. I'm anyone's, yes please. Garlic and coriander naan breads, they're huge. I mean, look. Now, I love my fruit. So I've also got apples, I've also got another one somewhere, and bananas. So I've got yogurt as well that I've bought previously. I didn't get it today. And lettuce, self-explanatory. Now these, I love my quiche. I got 2, hang on, that's better, Waitrose cheese and onion quiche. I'm looking forward to eating these because I love my quiche. Butter, again, I've run out, so it was perfect for that. And pate. Now, I have to be honest, I'm not a lover of pate, but they had so many that they just gave it all out to everyone. They had 2-3 boxes worth. So I had no choice. I've never really been a big fan of it, but I'll give it a go. You know, beggars can't be choosers. As well as a gorgeous chocolate topped croissant. Actually, it's a pain au chocolat, I'm sorry. And then, oh, tell a lie, I got 4 apples. Again, massive potatoes. I've got onions and mushrooms. So that's all I've got. And to be honest, I'm quite happy with it. Not, obviously there are some things that every week I think I'd like that if they've got it. Like I could do some chicken breasts right now. But again, beggars can't be choosers. So I take whatever they give me. And I'm quite happy with what I've got today. I'm going to try the batter fillets because actually they sound really nice. And yeah, I'm quite happy with it. Still don't know why I got the Weetabix, because I've got enough cereal and I'm not really a cereal person. Hey ho. Now, as I said at the beginning of this video, I debated with myself. I've been debating with myself about filming this video for months now. And I've been going to the food bank since September. So it hasn't been long, but it's been long enough for me. Of weeks and weeks of debating with myself whether I should put this on the internet for everyone to see. And I've only actually ever seen one video based in the UK about food banks. The rest have been the US, which is great if you're in the US, but it's a slightly different system over here in the UK. So I said to myself, I want to film something that I would like to see, or that I'd like to know about. And I think if you're thinking about going to a food bank, please go. They won't shame you, they won't judge you, they accept you for being there. You're there for a reason. Now, yes, there is a stigma with food banks because people think, oh, they're on benefits, etc, etc. I've met people there who are on really good part-time jobs. They earn good money on those part-time jobs. You know, they can pay rent and stuff, but they can't pay for their groceries. So they go to a food bank. There's also people who actually work full-time who take the time off to go to a food bank and still can't pay for groceries. Slightly on topic, but there was an episode, I think it was Casualty, where one of the full-time nurses in Casualty, it's a BBC One TV show, she was working double shifts. She was working all the overtime that she could get. And even though she was earning good money, she was on a full-time wage, she didn't have enough money for food. So she ended up going to a food bank. Now, I've never forgotten that episode, ever. And when I first walked in to a food bank, that is the scene that I remember. Like, I can see it now. And what I've learned is that you shouldn't judge people who go to a food bank because you don't know their story. They could be working a full-time job, and with the rising cost of living, you know, with rent and food prices at supermarkets nowadays, some people who do work full-time or part-time can't afford food in supermarkets nowadays. And I know that people are going to argue and say that yes, you could go to Aldi and Lidl, but sometimes if you're that strapped for cash, even Aldi and Lidl can seem expensive. Now, I'm not going to sit here and berate anyone that doesn't agree with food banks, because that's your view, that's your prerogative, that's your choice to think that. But for me, I'm grateful because even with my additional mental health problem, you know, my mental health is long term. It's not going to be cured like that. So going to a food bank once or sometimes even twice a week I go really does help. And I've made some really good friends. You know, it's my birthday tomorrow, I'm going out with them for a meal. So I've made some really close friends that, you know, I've been open about my mental health with them and they listen to me. I think that's, for me, as someone who is a bit of an introvert and a bit of a hermit, You know, most of the time, especially if I'm really depressed and it's really getting to me, I don't go out. So me going out to a food bank is great for my mental health. I get out, I see people, I see my friends, and I don't regret that. I really don't. So if you're thinking about going to a food bank, or you've looked into it, please go, because it might just help your mental health and get you on the road to being where you want to be. So that's it. I'm going to leave it here for today. Please like, comment and subscribe if you liked this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.